Okay, so not only single value, you can actually pass multiple values from your XML file. So now for example, let me put one more parameter. Not only the URL, there is some API key, or it could be username for your web login credentials. API key slash username, whatever. So username is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's assume that. So even this is constant for all your personal loan test cases. Now let's go back to day 1, 2 or 4 any of our test, and if you feel that you have to pass both URL and username to this particular block, and if you want to add that parameter as well, right, you have to tell your test to catch those parameters. Right now you are saying only for your test to catch this URL parameter from here. Let's also say that go and catch this value as well. Where is our day 3? Yeah, just put comma and put a double quote and add that value. That's all. So if you have 10 values, just put comma and all the 10 values here, so that everything will be cached into this. Good. So both URL and API key are at this level, but now these to be passed to inside our block, right? URL will be cached by URL name, but what about this? For this you have to again define one more to catch that, okay, key, so that this value will be passed into your key variable. So once it is available for you inside your method, you can do whatever operation you want. So I will just print that to make sure that I have successfully pulled out the value from TestNG to here. Okay, if you put this key here, and okay, this class seems web login car, right? This is day 3, but we have defined day 3 belongs to this class, but the parameters we have defined here. Okay, so that doesn't work, it will throw an error. So let's remove from it here and add it this point. Cool. Okay, just make sure that wherever you are adding, and make sure those classes belongs to that specific test folders. All right, let's run the test. Run as TestNG test. Good, all got passed, and you see that for carloan.com, once the URL is passed here, and next it's printing 1 2 3 4 5 6, which means this step. So that means it has successfully pulled multiple values from TestNG XML file to our test cases. Okay, so how many values you have? Just put comma, and for one more key just put again quotes and write the value inside it. That's all. That's all you need to do. Okay, so this is how you can drive the global environment variables to your test cases. Right, so global is fine. If you have URL, username, password, you know how to do that. But there are some parameters which you need to pass, and they could be specific to test level, right? Till now we have seen folder level, but there are some tests which could be specific to that method level. In that case, you cannot define everything in this XML file and make it too complicated. Okay, for that you have one more annotation, and we will go and discuss now about that. If we go back to my Word document, we have seen this. We have also seen helper attributes, and next is data provider annotation. Okay, so till now what we have seen are the parameters which got passed through TestNG XML file. These are like high level parameters like URL, username and password. But once your test case is started, there could be multiple values which you need to feed to your test case. Like if you want to fill your personal loan name, first name, last name, date of birth, there could be many values, right? Okay, and if you want to loop it, now you have a set of data and you have to run the test case for multiple data. Okay, multiple data sets you have. Assume that you have some 20 data sets, and you need to run the test case by passing the test data set each and every time for all 20 different types. So that means you need to run that test case for 20 times with 20 different data sets. If that is your requirement, how will you do that? Okay, so this is fine. Okay, let me go back and say that global environment variables can be incorporated. Okay, now like parameterizing with multiple data sets by running tests with multiple combinations. How do you do that? For that, in TestNG, you can achieve it with the help of data provider annotation. Let's see that particular concept now. Okay, so that is independent of this XML file. Okay, that is specific to test case. Okay, let's assume this test case, mobile sign out car loan, need multiple test data. Okay, so let me define the test data with an annotation here. Data provider is the annotation. Here you can define your class name, anything. Just define a method. Get data is a method which actually gives you the entire data for your test case to run. Just follow my lecture. By end of this lecture, you will have clear understanding of what I'm talking about. Okay, for now, just follow. I'll move my cursor and I'll make sure I import this data provider. Right. So this method actually I told that we need 3 combinations of tests, right? First combination, we are testing it with one username and password. And we need also test with another combination with another username and password. This could be, right? This could be scenario in your real time. So if you have a test case, you cannot just test with one data. You have to test it with multiple data and you will have a lot of combinations. Like when you want to process a loan, let's say you want to process the loan with a user who have a good credit history, and you have to check how the application is behaving. And if they don't have credit history, one data type, no credit history. And this guy have fraudulent credit history. So how the system behaves, you need to know. So for that, you have to run the test with multiple set data. So without writing that test 3 times, you can define only once and you can run your test 3 times with the 3 different data with the help of data provider. Let's see how we are going to do that. Okay, we are clear cut with that. We have 3 combinations, right? So first, define a multi-dimensional array. Okay, it's very simple. Just create object. Data is the value actually. Okay, so the row number here should be like how many combinations you have. That means how many times your test should run with multiple data. So here we have 3 combinations, right? So put 3 here. Okay, so in each combination, how many values you are passing? So this is my first combination. In the first combination, I am passing username and password. And second combination also we are passing the same values. So that means for each combination you are passing 2 values. So put 2. So that means you are defining an array with 3 rows and 2 columns. Okay. Move your cursor here and you change the object to O by writing O as caps, and that error will be gone. Okay, basically you are defining a multi-dimensional object array. That's all. So to make this concept happen, we have to depend on this multi-dimensional object array. All right. So let's fill the data now. Let's fill the first row. Okay, each combination is nothing but a row in multi-dimensional array. So we thought that we have 3 rows for each data and each column is nothing but values. So for each row we have 2 values, right? Username and password. That's why 2. So all those we are putting in data variable, and now let's initialize that. Data 0 0. What does it mean? So that means 0 stands for first row. Okay, so it starts with 0th index. Arrays always starts with 0 index. Okay, so 0th stands for first index. And in the first row, first column is nothing but username. Give some username. First set username. Pass anything. So basically you will fill the values, all the setup, data setup, you will give the data and simply you will send this data to this test method to run with all combinations. Next. Okay. For first combination you have successfully provided username. Now you have to give password also, right? Okay. Data, again for first combination only. We are still in first combination. 0th row, first column. Okay, 0th column is filled with the username. Now we need to give password. Okay, so that fills our first set. First set is, okay, this is the first set data. First combination is completed. So as I said, each data set can be treated as one row, and columns in the row are nothing but values for that combination. Write that point here. Columns in the row are nothing but values for that particular combination. So in this way you can remind that. So that's why we have filled the columns in that row. Done. Now let's start with second data set, which is like no credit history. Second set. For second set we have to use second row of that array. Okay, totally we have defined 3 arrays here. Sorry, 3 rows. We have initialized data variable with the 3 rows as we have 3 combinations. And that first row is done. We have fulfilled. Now second row, as we have first index, because 0th index will be first and first index will be second row. Again, for first, second row, column number 0 will be username. Second set username. And for that particular second row, you have to give password also, right? That will go under second column. Second password. Good. Okay, second set is done. The columns in the row of second set are nothing but values for that particular second combination. We have fulfilled. Right, now last we have one more combination, which is fraudulent credit history. So all the first and second row is done. Now we will fulfill our third row. Third set. Maybe you will feel like little confused, but just concentrate and note down the points what I am saying. You will get clear idea. So the first row is at 0th index, second row is at first index, so obviously third row will be at second index. Okay, so you have to fill again column, right? First column will always be at 0th index. Third set username. And 1. Third password. Okay, so what we have done now, we have successfully fulfilled all our rows with the combinations of the data. So first set is this, second set is this, third set is this. Now our requirement is we have to trigger this test case with first this data. Okay, whole test case should run with this data first. After, test case should again invoke with this data and it has to run. And again, test case should invoke again with this data. So that means 3 times your test case should run with 3 different set data, which we have configured like this. Okay, now how do you integrate the whatever data you provided here, and how do you pass this data to this particular test? We'll see that in the next lecture. Thank you.